Bitcoin just finished the inverse head and shoulder pattern and break to the upside. Good evening. My name is Chui. This is your investing and trading channel, Blockchain Thunder. In this video, I'm going to show you the possibility that Bitcoin will break even higher. So let's dive right into it. First of all, let's start with the Bitcoin CME chart. As I mentioned before, the price of Bitcoin during the weekend is dictated by the candle of CME chart on Friday, because CME market closed on Friday. This is why we get this candle top here and we got a candle bottom here. And 90% of the time, the price of Bitcoin during the weekend will be dictated by this candle. Why? That's because both the bulls and bears don't want to create a new gap on Monday, and this is the Monday candle. If we start price here, then we have a new gap from here to here, and if we goes higher here, then we have a new gap from here to here. So today we're starting the price right in the middle of this channel, and therefore no gap was created. And today we have a breakout to the upside. So let's take a look at the 4-hourly. Actually, let's take a look at the spot chart. Okay, so after I talk about the inverse head and shoulder pattern, Bitcoin is struggling to break the neckline here. Last couple of days, the price movement was very interesting because Bitcoin briefly break out to the upside on Saturday, I think, but the price got pressed down quickly in the afternoon. That was very interesting because if you take a look at the BitMax funding index, you can see that when the price break out, the index number almost become positive, which will be very good for the bears. But maybe the bulls press the price down to keep this index number negative, and this will give a great advantage for the bulls. And the bulls take this advantage, take this power, and push the price out to the upside today, forming a bullish flag, something like this. Let me draw a line here, and this looks like a flag to me. And the target of this bullish flag is approximately, let me copy this one, approximately at the 11,000 level. Just as I mentioned before, this is also the target for this inverse head and shoulder pattern. And the good news is that the BitMax index funding is still negative. This is kind of out of my expectation because I expect when the price break out of this inverse head and shoulder pattern, the index number should become positive. That was my expectation. But right now looks like we might have another leg up because of this negative number. And let's take a look at the fear and greed index. We are still at 39. This is in line with the price movement and the BitMax index funding. People are still afraid, and you don't want to be afraid with all the people. You don't want to stay with the herd. You want to be on the opposite side of the fear and greed index. When people are feared, you should be brave, and that is my strategy. I bought some of the Bitcoin around this area, and I'm still not taking the profit because the BitMEX index funding is negative and people are still afraid. And if we reach this target, I might sell some of my Bitcoin just for profit. Some of the YouTubers got really bearish over the last 2 weeks because of this dump. But all of my indicators shows that Bitcoin is going to go up, at least in the short term. And I remember one YouTuber said that on Monday we are going to have a crash on Bitcoin, stock, and gold and silver. But today we can see that actually we have a pretty great bounce for basically everything. Stock, gold and silver, everything is bouncing off, including Bitcoin. So right now let's take a look at the stock market. First of all, let's start with the Nasdaq. On the 4-hourly, I don't usually look at 4-hourly for stock, but today we have some interesting movement. There is a W shape forming on all the index charts for Nasdaq, S&P 500. This W is not exactly clear. Let me take a look at it. So yeah, it's also here. So you can see something like this. And also for Dow Jones, yeah, this one is also pretty clear. So W pattern is basically a double bottom pattern. If the stock market, for example the Dow Jones, if it can go up to and surpass this line, then there is a possibility then we can go higher from here, at least in the short term. However, I gotta say that on the daily chart, one thing I am very interested in is my RSI indicator. Right now, there is no trend for the RSI. By trend, I mean something like this. Connect this line, this point. So you can see that the RSI tests this line once, twice, third time, and then break out. Although it didn't go back and retest this support, and then it just keep going higher. But this kind of a movement is the trend for RSI that I'm talking about. Right now, we don't have this. We still haven't established a trend. So I cannot tell exactly what will happen for the next 1 or 2 weeks. So I'm still waiting for RSI to form this kind of trend. So I'll keep you guys updated. But for now, the 4-hourly W-shaped pattern is very encouraging for the stock market. Now let's take a look at gold and silver. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Okay, right now we have a symmetric triangle, which is a continuation pattern. So there is a possibility that gold can keep going higher because it already break out of this pattern. Or if you push the line here to match this top, then yes, it still just break out of this pattern. So we'll see if gold can keep climbing higher, at least higher than this top, which is around $2,000. So if it can go higher than this one, then we are making a higher high. That would be very good for the trend. Let's take a look at silver. Now, for silver, we make a lower low than this one. So I was worrying that we might form a descending triangle, which is something like this. You put this line here, you can form a descending triangle like this, and this will be a bearish pattern. And if the price goes lower than this support line, then it could go ugly for silver. However, if the bulls can push the price up here, something goes like here, and then this pattern can be invalidated because we are forming a ascending triangle. So you can go something like this, and this would be a ascending triangle, and we can connect the line something like this, and this would be a ascending triangle, which will be a bullish sign. So we have to see and wait and see what happened for the silver price. Now let's take a look at the crude oil. Crude oil is forming a bearish pattern. This looks like a bear flag to me. So can do something like this, and basically forming a flag. So something like this. So this is pretty much a bearish flag. So there's a possibility that it could break down from here. And the flagpole, if you take this flagpole and then you put it, say, here, and the target is around $30. So, and this target also matches this support line here. So we'll see if the oil will break to this level. However, I must warn the bear, because right now we are still at pretty oversold RSI. We have like about 31. So if the price goes lower to this level, I think the RSI can reach about maybe even lower than this one. That will be a 23 or 20. That will be very interesting, because usually when the RSI gets to this level, the price will bounce. Alright, so that is the update for Bitcoin, gold, silver, stock, crude oil. If you like my content, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe, so that I can bring you guys up-to-date information. The question is for you. What do you think of the Bitcoin price? Do you think it will keep push higher? And what do you think of the stock market? Do you think it will crash soon? Jump down to the comment section and leave your comment, and we can discuss. My name is Choi. This is your investing and trading channel, Blockchain Thunder. Thank you guys so much to come back to the channel. I wish you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.